Hello everybody, this is a recap of what we did in class today. So for the purpose of this video I'm using period 6, but the video is applicable no matter what class you are in. So if you're looking at the agenda for today, you can see that it is an introduction to the TP-Cast strategy. The majority of this is all in one Google Doc. I will show you how to find that in Classroom, and what we aim to do is define TP-Cast. As a class, we talked through doing the strategy for the poem Ellis Island, and then independently, everyone applied the strategy to Sonnet, the Ladies' Home Journal, which we read yesterday, and completed an exit ticket. So if you go into your classwork tab, it is down at the bottom of cycle 17, and it is called Introduction to TP-Cast. When you open up that document, you will see at the top a definition of TP-Cast. It is a reading strategy used to analyze a poem by identifying and discussing each element in the acronym. So this is another one of our acronym strategies, which means that each letter stands for a different step. So first you are looking at title. Second, you are paraphrasing the poem. Then you are looking at connotation, the attitude of the speaker, the shift of the poem, taking a second look at the title, and finally looking at the theme. So this strategy guides you in analyzing a literary text. It is most effective if you begin at the top, the beginning, and work your way down through each step. However, you will find that as you study one step, you will naturally begin to explore others. These things are interconnected. So the way that we talked about this in class was to apply the TP-Cast strategy to Ellis Island, a poem that you guys read last week. So the first thing is to look at the title, and there's a little prompt under each one of these steps to let you know what you should be doing. So what does the title mean? So Ellis Island is our title. Ellis Island is a place in New York City where immigrants used to enter the U.S. That is literally what it is. Our second step is to paraphrase the poem, which paraphrasing means to take something and put it in your own words. So this poem has a lot of things going on. Basically, the first part is explaining that half of this man's, our speaker's, please excuse my dog for having a complete meltdown when someone came in the door. Okay, so the first part of this poem, the top section here, is about the first half of this speaker's ancestry, right? He's talking about how one set of his grandparents came on a ship from Europe. Then he talks about how he is standing on Ellis Island himself, trying to think about what happened with his ancestors coming. And then there is a shift that changes to him talking about, well, it was great for one set of my ancestors, the ones who came from Europe, because they were able to escape, quarantine and sickness and come to a better place. However, the other half of my ancestry is Native American. And they did not love Ellis Island because that meant that a bunch of people were coming uninvited to take their land. So if I were going to paraphrase this, I might say something like, the speaker is thinking about the two sides of his ancestry and how their experiences differed. I'll say experiences of Ellis Island. So that gives sort of a summary of what this poem is about, and it's paraphrased because it is in my own words. It is not directly the wording of the poem. Okay, so connotation is what is implied by some words. Words have a connotation, so they mean something, but you also can understand what they really mean. And I'll break this down into positive and negative. So if we were going to look for a line or word in here that has a positive connotation, right? It means that you would understand it when you hear that line to mean something good. So, let's see. Like I might go with this. The island of the tall woman, green as dreams of forests and meadows. That has a positive connotation, right? As green as dreams. Dreams are usually a positive thing. If I wanted to pick something with a negative connotation, I might pick this line, lands invaded when the earth became owned. So the idea of something being invaded tends to be negative. You very seldom hear someone use that particular word in a positive way. So connotation is like the common meaning that's understood by words. So we have one of positive, one of negative. Attitude relates to tone. So the attitude is, what is the author's attitude about the subject? What does the person who wrote this poem think about Ellis Island? So you might say something like conflicted. The author feels both good and bad about how his ancestors experienced Ellis Island. So he's conflicted because he has one side for whom Ellis Island was a great thing and one side for whom it was not great at all. And then we have shift. So what is the shift in tone? So the tone shifts from positive to negative when the speaker begins talking about his Native American heritage. So here when he says, yet only a part of my blood loves that memory, that is where the shift happens. So title again, right? If we're looking back at Ellis Island a second time, it might be, Ellis Island is a place of mixed feelings for different groups of Americans. And then theme, you might say something like, okay, so what's the purpose of this poem in general? The theme is let's say immigrant Americans have vastly different feelings and experiences. So that is applying the TPCast strategy to Ellis Island. Independently, what you are expected to do is to apply TPCast to Sonnet the Ladies' Home Journal. Go through those steps just like I did. And then to click on this link within the doc and complete the exit ticket. It is all multiple choice. It is a quiz grade. Once you have done that, you are done for the day.